Have you ever had your luggage lost or misplaced when traveling? What if this happens when you're on a cruise? There is actually a very surprising number of luggage that has been lost or misplaced in the past year, but not only the airlines, but cruise lines as well. So, what can you do to help prevent this and the shocking truth of what the cruise lines will do if they lose your luggage? Hi y'all, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Tiffany. Did you see my recent vlog where we didn't bring a carry-on bag on our cruise? Yeah. So Mark left all of our luggage with the porter and we walked on the cruise ship with just our phone in our hand and not an embarkation day or a boarding day bag. So I don't recommend doing that. That was the first time I've ever done that. So why do I not recommend doing that? Because what if your bag is lost? Then you have nothing but your phone in your hand. So the number one thing that I recommend to help with that, just in case your bag does get lost, is to always have a boarding day bag with you or an embarkation day bag. So let's talk about this. Now, this is one that I used to have with me, and I used to carry this with me all the time. It's a little tote bag. I love this bag, but I don't do it anymore. Why? Because I end up putting a lot of stuff in here and it gets really heavy to carry. So if you want to bring a tote bag, that's completely up to you. But I do still kind of carry this on planes sometimes, but not when I'm on the cruise ship. Because when I'm walking around on the cruise ship, I want my hands free and I just don't like anything hanging on my shoulder. So for me, I personally recommend having a backpack. So I have 3 different backpacks that we do carry from time to time, and it just depends on what we're doing and what type of backpack we want to carry. So let's talk about it. All right, now the first bag I want to share with you is just a sling backpack. When we actually carried this when we were in Alaska, it's a waterproof bag, and you can carry it as an embarkation day, boarding day bag. If you just want just a few essentials in here and that's all you need, you don't need to carry a whole bunch of stuff. And I'll talk to you about that in just a few minutes about what you should have in your bag. Now, this is, like I said, a great bag to not only carry to Alaska with you because it's a waterproof bag, we also take it to different ports as well, even if we're in the Caribbean. So usually we'll just have this in our luggage. So you could put like sunscreen, a bottle of water, a towel, anything like that in there, and an umbrella if you're in Alaska. So this is a great bag if you're just wanting to carry just a few essentials with you. Now, this is the bag that you probably almost always see us or Mark carrying when we're on the cruise. It's just an Under Armour bag. Actually, one of my kids used to take this to school with them, so it's pretty old, but it's sturdy. I love this bag. And it's a tech backpack, so it does support my laptop, and I almost always have my laptop with me. So I do like this one. The reason that we carry this particular backpack is because it can get a lot more of our stuff in here. So this is one of our favorites that we always carry with us all the time. And I'm going to leave a link to all these bags in the description below if you want to take a look at any of them. All right, now this bag, I took this one to Long Beach, California when we were flying out there, and this was also my boarding day bag as well when we were on the cruise. You might like this bag a little bit more if you're a little nervous, if your luggage is going to get lost or misplaced. You can actually fit everything in here. Let me show you. What I love about this bag is it actually opens up all the way like a suitcase. So you have plenty of room right here that you could put a few packing cubes. It is a tech backpack that can support your laptop as well if you want to carry a laptop back here. So you have more than enough room to make this a nice weekend bag if you just want to carry just a carry-on for your embarkation day bag. Now that you've chosen the right bag for you for embarkation day, what are some essentials that you must have in your backpack? Well, first and foremost, no question to it, you need to have your passports. And I usually use this little case right here. It keeps both of our passports in here, and we'll also put some credit cards and our IDs in here as well. So this is a great thing to have. You need to make sure you have this, because if you don't have your passport, they are very strict. You will not get on the cruise. They don't care that you've already paid for the cruise. They don't care that you have dinner reservations. You're not getting on the cruise without your passport or birth certificate or any of your important legal documents. And if you check your bag with the porter, they will ask you, do you have your documents? Because this is first and foremost before anything else. you need to make sure you have this. I can't tell you how many times Mark double checks when we can leave the house. We're in the Uber and he's like, do I have it? Do I have it? He's like, need to have my hands on it one more time because you will not get on the cruise without this. So first and foremost, important document. Now, the next thing that you need to have is medication. If you require any medication or anything like that, you should always have your medication on you in your bag. Now, something else that I recommend having on you is a charger cord. So if your bag is lost or misplaced, and it's going to be a while before you have your bag, you're not without your phone. Plus, I do recommend having, and I got a couple of them here, a battery backup. So definitely if your luggage is lost, you probably want to make sure you have a battery backup. And like I said, I've got a couple of them here. I'll link them in the description below if you want to take a look at them. But I love these. Not only do I carry them around at the port, but it's good to have, like as a portable charger next to your bed or anywhere around the room. So these are great to have as well, especially for flying. So definitely make sure you have a battery pack on you. They're lightweight and easy to put in your pocket or anything like that. So that's a good thing to always have with you as well. Also, if you're worried about your luggage being lost or misplaced, make sure you have a packing cube in your carry-on bag. Now, in your packing cube, you don't have to really put a whole lot in here. You could put just, a few items in here for you, like maybe one change of clothes and a change of clothes for the other person who is with you. If you want to, this one is not, you could get a compression packing cube, so it takes up a little less room in your bag. That's also great if you're only wanting to take a carry-on, like if you want to take that pink bag that I was showing you. And you could put a couple of compression cubes in there so you can get several things in your bag. Now, tip, consider cross-packing. If you're both taking a carry-on bag and you checked it with the porter, make sure that you take like one of your packing cubes and put it in his bag, and he takes one of yours and puts it in one of his and puts it in your bag. So each one of you has a packing cube of the other person. We've done that once before, and it was very much appreciated that we actually did that because I had some of my clothes in his bag that we received first because my bag was getting to us a little later. So that's great because if they lose one of the bags, at least the other person is not without all of their clothes. They have at least a change of clothes because they have one packing cube. So cross-packing is always a good idea if you're taking multiple luggage. Now, how many onboarding bags do you need? Well, for us, it works having one backpack for two people. So for me, I personally would recommend if you have like a large group of people, one bag, one carry-on bag for two people, unless you have like a lot of stuff that you want to carry, because some people like to have their flip-flops if they're not already wearing them, swimsuit, sunscreen, if they're just ready to get to the fun right away when you get on the cruise ship. But definitely make sure you have your essentials in your onboarding bag, just in case anything were to happen. Now, some reasons that your luggage could be late getting to your cruise cabin. Many cruise lines will tell you that they have until about 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening before they can get your luggage to you. So wait until then, just kind of give them some time, and you can expect your luggage by 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, depending on the cruise line. But what happens if it's 5:30 and you were supposed to have it by 5 o'clock, or if it's right at 5 o'clock? What happens if it's running late? What are some of those reasons that your luggage could be running late? Well, the first one is maybe you brought some things on that were banned, and your luggage went to the naughty room or the confiscated room, and they're checking it. Believe me, I've been there, so I know. I was a little panicky. I was like, where's my luggage? We've already started to sell away because my luggage was getting checked. So if your luggage is getting checked and they have to confiscate some items from you, you are going to get your luggage a little later, and you will receive a letter in your suitcase that'll say your luggage was checked. We either pulled this item and trashed it, or we pulled this item and you can receive it after your cruise. And sometimes I've actually had my luggage checked and they said we checked it and nothing was wrong. They just had I guess they had questions about something that was in there. But if they have to check your luggage, that could be a reason why it might be a little late. Now, another reason why your luggage could be running late is maybe it was misplaced. We've had this happen before. It was actually sent to another room, and that person actually brought our luggage to us because we had our room number on our luggage tag. So sometimes your luggage can get misplaced. They might deliver it to the wrong room. Maybe if you didn't have a luggage tag, they're trying to figure out where to deliver it to. And unfortunately, the last reason is your luggage is lost. Now, a couple of things that you can do to prevent your luggage from getting lost, or hope that your luggage doesn't get lost. The first thing is at the airline. Always make sure that you're flying in at least a day before. I recommend this anyway so that you're not missing your cruise ship. But if you fly in at least the day before, just in case the airline, misplaces your luggage or it stayed at your layover city, at least they'll hopefully have some time to get it to you before you get on the cruise ship because you got there early. Now, in something else that you could do, just in case to kind of give yourself some peace of mind, and have one of those air tags attached to your luggage. That can actually help give you some peace of mind. Believe me, that way you know, okay, the luggage is on the cruise ship somewhere. I know I'm going to get it. So it helps give you some peace of mind. And if you see that you're about to cruise away and your luggage hasn't made it here yet, you see it's still at the port, you can run down real quick and tell them, hey, where's my luggage? We're about to cruise away and I still see it sitting over here. So that can help you out as well. Now let me stand up for this next one. Now you want to make sure that you print your luggage tag out at home. Your cruise line will provide a luggage tag for you, and it does have your room number on it, so it does help to make it identifiable so they know where to deliver the luggage to. Also, you see here on my suitcase, have a luggage tag holder. A luggage tag holder will definitely make sure that this is secure. I even take this particular one, so I can take it off. It is pretty secure. I even take it through the airlines as well, and I never have to worry about it flying off. As you see, I'm having trouble getting it off right now because it is a pretty secure luggage tag holder. So I'll leave this in the description below so that you can take a look at this luggage tag holder. Now, this also leads me to the next one. As you see here, and I know you've probably seen it on some of my videos, I have a Minnie Mouse luggage here. And so it is recommended to have a identifiable luggage. If you have very few people have a Minnie Mouse suitcase. So it is easy for me to tell them, you're looking for the Minnie Mouse suitcase when I'm telling them which suitcase is being misplaced so that they know which suitcase that they're looking for. But if you have one of those really nice Samsonite suitcases, black Samsonite suitcases that I really love, they are common and sometimes they are not necessarily really identifiable. So maybe have like a sticker or something on there that can stand out. Or even you could have a luggage tag on there that is a unique luggage tag. So something that you could tell the not only your room steward, but also the airline, if it gets lost at the airline, what it is they're looking for. Because they always ask for a description of your suitcase. And if you tell them just a black Samsonite suitcase, it's going to be hard for them to really identify it. So if you have something identifiable on your luggage, if you don't have some kind of crazy pieces of luggage like this that's not normal, then that'll really help them as well. So those are just a couple things to kind of make sure that they can identify your luggage, get it to the right place, and hopefully it doesn't get lost. Now, what happens if your luggage is lost at maybe the airline? Well, if you flew in early, hopefully they can get it to your hotel before you go on the cruise. But if that's not the case, you could talk with the airline and see if they can deliver it to your first port of call. So if your first port of call is Nassau, see if that is a possibility that they could deliver it to the first port of call that you are going to. And if they are able to do this, definitely go and talk to guest services so they can be aware that they will have luggage delivered when they get to the port. Now, I've never had this happen. I have read where other people have been able to do this. So if you've had this happen to you and they have delivered it to your first port of call, please leave me and others a comment so that we know. Now, unfortunately, if the cruise line loses your luggage, like I said in the beginning, some shocking truth of what the cruise line will do. You're not going to really get a whole lot of compensation if the cruise line loses your luggage. If they happen to misplace it at the port, which is what I would hope they would do instead of drop it in the ocean and it's gone forever. But if you don't have your luggage on your cruise, there's not a whole lot of compensation you're going to get. There are some cruise lines that will give you anywhere from $50 for a piece of luggage to maybe only $100 for the stateroom. And let's face it, most suitcases cost more than $50 itself. That's just the suitcase itself, not everything that you got inside of it. So that's not a lot of compensation. Now, a lot of times if your luggage is lost, especially if it was the cruise line's fault, then they will offer you free laundry service. So if you brought that boarding day bag and you had at least one outfit in there, then you at least have 2 outfits that you can wear throughout the cruise. That's not ideal. I know, I get it, but at least you have 2 different things you can wear throughout the cruise, and you'd have that free laundry service that they can help you out there with. And unfortunately, on most cruise ships, even the really nice big ones like Icon, you don't have a whole lot of shopping options. You may have some dresses and things like that that you can find in some of the shops, but I have not seen any shops on any of the cruise ships that offer undergarments. So definitely maybe you want to make sure you bring a couple of extra pairs of undergarments just in case something like that were to happen. Some cruise lines, I think it's Holland America, will offer a free tuxedo rental on formal night for guys, but girls, yeah, you're probably just going to have to go and look and see what they have in the shops. And I have not seen anywhere where they are going to give you money or onboard credit to go shop in the shops. If you have ever had that happen or have seen it, leave me a comment. I would love to hear. So you are kind of limited there if the cruise line loses your luggage. So one thing that you can do to help you give you another little bit of peace of mind, and that's travel insurance. Because like I said, you're not going to get a whole lot of compensation from the cruise line. So the travel insurance can give you that extra compensation. But definitely, if you have something that you're taking on your cruise that you just cannot live without, you don't want it getting lost or misplaced, put it in your carry-on bag. Take it with you. I have a Dyson hair wrap that, yeah, it's okay if it gets lost, but I prefer it not to because it's expensive. So I usually have it with me. So if you have something that you really just don't want it to get lost because it's expensive or you just cannot live without it, keep it with you in your carry-on bag. I hope these tips were helpful for you and that you never have your luggage lost or misplaced. And if you ever have, please leave us your story in the comments. I would love to hear of it, and I know others would too, so that we know what to look for. And also leave any tips or suggestions that you may have. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Bye for now.